to order. This time, would you please join us for a moment of silence? Thank you. Will you join us for the pledge? Salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Once again, thank everyone for coming out this evening to our monthly board meeting. At this time, we're going to approve our agenda. Mrs. C, are there any changes to tonight's agenda?
No changes.
With that being said, I would like to entertain a motion to approve tonight's agenda. Kobe, second. Ricky, are there any discussions? No further discussions. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. We are approved. Next item on the agenda will be our minutes for October 20th. This time we've all had the opportunity to look over these minutes. I would like to entertain a motion to approve. Kobe, second. Brad, are there any further discussions? No further discussions. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. We are approved. All right. Man, that was quick. The next item on the agenda, we are fortunate to have our career coach. We've heard so much about the activities and the things that Mrs. Latasha Henderson is doing in our school system. So this time we would like to yield to her and as she give us a presentation.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think I know most of you, but if I don't, my name is Latasha Henderson, and I am a military brat. I've lived here in Alabama. I think this is my 13th year. I taught in Enterprise, and I also taught I worked at Enterprise State Community College as well. So we all know that a great journey starts with knowing where you want to go. And begin with the end in mind is one of my favorite principles from Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's rooted in the idea that all things are created twice. First, mentally, and then physically. When students can clearly picture their future, each step they take becomes purposeful and aligned to their destination. Here at Geneva City Schools, we know that the vision is to provide quality education for all students, producing graduates prepared for college, career, and life. As a career coach, I support the district's vision by giving students meaningful exposure to a wide range of career pathways and empowering them to explore these options confidently before graduation. Much of what I do as a career coach supports and complements what Ms. Jenny Bynum does. We share a common goal to make sure our students are prepared for wherever their future takes them, and they have the right resources as well. This newsletter in your hand shows the many opportunities our students have been given just this semester. So if you look on the back side, there's a spot for snapshots, impact snapshot. We've had 13 guest speakers and industry presentations, 38 career coach K-12 classroom visits, 20 college or military recruiter visits, and 290 career assessments have been completed. That's not all. We've done so much. So we've had 5 college campus tours. We're actually headed to Enterprise State tomorrow. We've had industry tours or visits. That's where the industries are coming on campus. We've had 7 of those. Our students have had 2 leadership opportunities. We've had 7 guest speakers, anywhere from Jody Medley with EMT. We've had the Film Exchange, Enterprise Career Center, Army, Air Force. We've also had some industry visitors. Chick-fil-A was one. All in Credit Union, Cisco was another. And the presentations that I've done in the classrooms have been what is a career coach. We've done Career Friends with 7th grade, and that talks about the different career clusters. We've done career assessments with 8th and 9th graders, 10th through 12th grade what to expect, and email etiquette, because we know that sometimes they struggle with that. So we taught them how to create their emails as well. 100% of our seniors have either created or updated their resumes, and we have some upcoming events as well. So our HOSA program is partnering with first grade at Mulkey, where we'll be doing a teddy bear clinic. Every student will walk away with a teddy bear. They'll get to learn how to check for vitals and all of those things as well, and understand the importance of taking care of themselves. We've also started a senior lunch and learn series, which is ongoing every month, where we are teaching our seniors just kind of things that are needed for their next step as they after they graduate. I do have something planned for Careers on Wheels for elementary, so I'm looking for, and I'll put out some, what's it called, I guess a survey to help me filter those and get some people out there to help talk about their careers. We do still have some industry tours left over, guest speakers, recruiter visits, and big one, senior mock interviews. So we want them to be prepared as they go off into the real world, but I do know that some of our students are going into college, and so sometimes they look at, oh, well, I don't think, they look at, oh, well, I don't think I need to do an interview, but they don't realize that some of the interviews, you do have to do interviews for scholarships and different things like that. So we want to make sure that they're prepared for that. And then I'll also work with Miss Bynum for decision day on May 1st. I'm going to open the floor for questions if you have any. We've been busy, but we've been busy with a purpose. And that purpose is equipping every student with the knowledge, the skills, and guidance needed to enroll in college, enlist in the military, or enter the workforce, again, with confidence. So if you have any questions.
Ms. Henderson, we've heard some great things about what you were doing. That's why we asked our administrators to have you come up, because we first and foremost want to thank you for the work that you're doing. And for so long, the focus in the schools were preparing the kids for college. Mm-hmm. We know we live in a day and age where that is not the only option that the children have. Right. So I'm so grateful, this board is grateful that we're opening our kids' eyes so they can see that if you don't want to go to college right now, there are other avenues out there. But the key thing is having them prepared when they do leave. Yes. When they do graduate, they have options. They know that there are different options out there. If they'll go to college right off, or they may go into the military. So just so grateful that you're taking the time and the administrators are taking the time to make sure that our children see that they have things in front of them, not just college, but other opportunities out there. So I just want to personally thank you for all that you're doing for our children. Yes. Thank you. Board, anything?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. All right, thank you for the opportunity to present. I appreciate it.
Yes, if we can do anything, please.
Oh, I do actually, thank you. I do. So I do have a link that I'll send out, and the link is going to be a community partnership. Sure. And so I'm looking to build some partnerships within the community, whether it's having people come to be interviewers for our mock interviews, guest speakers, those to participate in the Career on Wheels. So I will send that out. It is a link for them to sign up using that link. But we definitely want you in our schools, sure. So that way our students again know that it takes hard work, to get where we are. But it also takes us depending on one another as well.
Send the invitation. You have a variety of people on the board.
Perfect.
You have some retired military. I'm retired. Ms. Marks is retired. Then you have business owners. You have you have a variety of people that work. So we would love the opportunity to give us advance notice where some of us may have to take a little time off work, but we would love to. I'm serious. Thank you.
And we have Mr. Travis Williams right here with Greenbush. He might can they're trucking.
I was just curious, based on to your point, do you take? How many students currently seniors, like from a survey standpoint, how many want to go to college and how many want to start trade jobs, or do you have a good understanding from a percentage standpoint, what that
Yes.
looks like, and really target those kids that
We
want to go the trade school route?
Yes, so we have 75 seniors, and of the 75, this was done during the summer, their post-secondary plans were 85% were planning to either go to college or get some additional training after high school. We had, I want to say 11% of those seniors were undecided. So that's one of the things that we want to make sure that we kind of steer them in that right direction of what exactly they want to do. But I think those are the numbers.
I just know, and Ricky can probably speak to this too, I mean, the trade route is so big, in today's time, to your point, Russell, in regards to that and how, just even in our own Wiregrass area,
Right.
how we can expand upon that from even a local, Great Southern Wood Preserving, and how we currently do it now with either Henry County and Houston County,
Right.
to make sure that we're getting those kids in, but also to preparing them for what's next.
Right.
Even if it's an internship to some degree, we've had high school seniors come in for internships.
Right.
And we're finding that very, very beneficial, where that next step and understanding that it's just a kind of essential a next interview for us,
Right.
to get them where they need to be. But, the biggest point to your point though is that there's got to be a community involvement, and it's not
Yes.
just here in Geneva. I mean, it's the Wiregrass.
Exactly.
And, from the board standpoint, I mean, any involvement you can get to bring her, I think is
Yeah.
very, very crucial to the success of the program that she's trying to do and build.
Right. Thank you, I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Is part of this training, like, let me think of an example, like finances, like how to write a check, or like
Yes.
basic,
So we recently had Miss Sarah Dotson from Friend Bank to come, and she did a lesson with not with our seniors, but with our family and consumer science classes about how to write a check. She talked a lot about credit. She talked about the difference between using a debit card, Cash App, and all of that stuff.
Okay.
So I think the kids definitely benefited from that. But I do believe that financial literacy is a huge part of preparing them for the future as well.
And what,
I'm sorry, go
no,
ahead.
go ahead, go ahead.
Of the 85% you talking about going to college, is there any way you can differentiate that? Like how many is going to like technical college and how many is going to?
I don't know the exact percentage as far as how many are going to maybe a trade
Yeah,
or
like a
to
trade
a
school is
2-year,
compared to
4-year.
a college.
But I can get that information for you.
I'll just be curious of what, I mean, kind of thing, that's what Travis will kind of get at, I mean, because we're in a field where it's, I mean, Ms. Bynum husband can speak to it, I mean, it's awful. I
Right.
mean, we don't, for HVAC, plumbing, electric, I mean, carpentry. I mean, everybody talk about the price of houses, that's what's fixing to affect the price of houses
Right.
more than interest rates.
Right. Yeah.
And she's had some speakers on that too, because she had
Yeah.
a local construction company come
Yeah.
speak in Mr. Mann's classes, and then we visited, when we go to LBW, but there's not until February, it's focused on that, plus all the kids that are already at G-Tech and
Right.
those type of things.
And most of our kids are 2-year. I mean, I would say it's 20% or less or 4-year college out of the gate.
Yeah.
So most of them are going to a 2-year and then deciding from there.
The career interest test, it divides them into the 16 clusters to where we can go in and see where they fall, and expound.
Right. And give them those opportunities, give them those opportunities to see those fields and things like that.
What would you say, I mean, is the biggest thing you need to make you be successful and make this work for you?
I would say the biggest thing I need is, okay, so as a career coach, our funds are pretty tight, right? So I'm gonna hit with the money. And so when we do take these students on these college campus tours, or we take them to industry tours, we either have to pay out of the school budget for their meals, or we get lunches from donations, right?
So you can accept sponsorship
Yes,
if they
so
want to sponsor a
sponsorships
trip
would
or
be
something.
huge,
to that.
just because we have a Skills for Success, you guys know what that is? Okay, so we have a Skills for Success workshop coming up December 4th and 5th. And so those students, they're gonna be at Enterprise State doing the skid steer course, and we wanna feed them. And I would like to feed them something there, Chick-fil-A or Zaxby's or whatever have you. But I think that's probably one of the bigger things is the sponsorships. I think we probably could get a lot more students probably wanting to go on these trips, knowing that, we're gonna get, a nice little meal from somewhere other than the lunchroom.
And
Some
Ms.
of the
Anderson,
funds-
Ms. Metz has written grants in the past, but
Mhm.
the grants don't cover food. They'll cover
Right.
other things, but, can't feed water.
Yeah.
And like the funds that she receives, it's earmarked, you cannot use those funds for food.
Mhm.
Well, I would love to have them in Abbeville. We've got a restaurant, and I'll feed them all the chicken fingers.
That would be great. The industry tour, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you think about industry, you think about sawmilling, you think about just industrial stuff,
Right.
mechanics. Those are the type of people that we really target. So.
Right. And I'll tell you, both of my sons, my oldest son graduated in December, and then my youngest son is in college now. I look back and I think, like, had I known what I know now, I probably would have pushed him a little bit more toward that side. But not necessarily, okay. I would push him toward college, but I'll push him toward that side to have some other avenue just in case. Right now, graduating college, the work, it's hard getting a job. Like, they're really looking, and some of them can't find a job, but if they had that trade, if they had that skill, to kind of fall back on, I think that would be
The number one thing, I know a lot of people, I don't mean to take everybody's thunder, just talking through this, but this is important for the future of the kids, is their interview skills.
Yes.
They come in, they don't look at an adult, in the eye, face to face, just are not prepared, don't come in
Right.
polished, understanding kind of what they want to do. I think that's important, because that weeds a lot of them out. Even though you want to help that kid, right? If they're not committed to be prepared to know about the company they're coming to interview for,
Right.
It's a deal breaker for me, and
Yeah.
a lot, so.
And I think that's what we wanted, that's what we want to accomplish from those mock interviews, giving them that practice so that way they are prepared when they do go out to get an actual job, or like I said, an interview for a scholarship or whatever have you, but at least they've done their due diligence, they've done their research, and they can get in there and kind of knock it out the park.
One of my favorite activities, did somebody else have something? That she has presented, I think it was September 11th, and she had a career and college fair in collaboration with a volleyball game. It was awesome. She had military, she had local, like Cisco was here, colleges. It was very well received from the community. Parents, young kids, all the way to high schoolers, so.
And even the opponents.
Yeah, true, that's right. Yeah. And a free supper, right? You feed them and they'll come. I think is the term that we could say, so.
I did want to say something about Mulkey. So Ms. Vixen and I have been working really hard together, and I'm so grateful that you've allowed me to come in and meet with you on a monthly basis where we get to talk about my ideas for the elementary school and her ideas as well, and meshing those together. So on the back side also you see careers in performing arts. I want to point that out because it was a huge event. We had over 350 elementary students. They were able to visit the new Baker Center at Enterprise State Community College. They plush chairs, nice seat, just a nice spot to be. And I thought that was very good for those students to be able to experience that. Talking about the careers in performing arts, because I think sometimes we forget about that too. My son was in the band, and I know what the arts did for him, and so I think it's very important that we look at that too. So I really do appreciate you letting me come in, and Mr. White, you as well, with your 8th graders and 7th graders. I have not gotten to the 6th graders, but I do plan on getting to them as well.
Thank you, Ms. Henderson.
Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
certainly appreciate it.
We are
Yes.
pleased to have her.
Okay. Awesome. Good news. Love the good news. Next item on the agenda will be our superintendent, supervisors, and principals report. Let's see.
All right, with last week, Veterans Day, I just want to commend Mr. White and his staff on an awesome job with the Veterans Day program.
Yes.
And just recognize and thank you all for your service, Reverend Clausell, Ms. Tawana Marks, being our board members, and then we have 2 GMS teachers and coaches, Mr. Terry Acock and Mr. Rich Bixby, that are veterans, and a bus driver, Ms. Leanne Fink. So we appreciate your service to our country.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you. I'm extremely proud of our system. As you saw, the report card for the state came out. And so we saw some major growths in our system, and I know that the principals are going to probably highlight those, so I don't want to steal their thunder, but very, very proud of your success. And that's a direct correlation, I think, to teamwork and setting goals. With that, I know that we have some continued areas of growth that we will be focused on. I'm proud to say that we were way over in every proficiency area above the state average tremendously. So, but anyway, so kudos to you all on that. And at this time, I'll call on our supervisors. Mr. Justice?
Just a few things we got going. We've placed orders for radios district-wide, there's, as well as on our buses. They should be in, whenever they get back, we can tell them they're coming to install them. We've got a few, we discussed our work order system. Just as we were kind of getting in on the old system, they did their job and the salesman called me and they've got this new product out, which was way better and not near as old, I guess you could say. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade to that and get that up and running, hopefully by the end of next year. I mean, the beginning of next year, I'm sorry. Just a couple different things. I know one thing that we didn't talk about the other day, the Rotary approached me about a play area for the special needs kids classroom outside their room. And it just so happened that me and Erica was going over to the pre-K playground that day. Mr. Max, who did our playground over there, was coming to visit her. So I was like, hey, while you got a second, come over here with me. And so he's going to give us a few quotes over there for a little outside area, so they can get out and play and put a flooring in it that's safe and up to code and everything. So we're excited about that. We're just kind of waiting to hear back from him as to what we need to do as far as dirt work and all out there, if we need to do any of that. So just a few things we got going.
Thank you, Brent. Ms. Wright?
Perfect segue. So Mr. Max was coming because we were awarded the pre-K grant for a sun area over the playground. We have been wanting that for a while. We are very blessed to have a gym at the elementary school for pre-K, but they love being outside. They need to be outside. And, August in Alabama is crazy hot. So Mr. Max came, and we should be getting a quote, I hope, this week, and see who else I'll need to beg and borrow from to be able, to finish the quote. But that rent, pre-K will open back up in January for the next school year also, so you'll be seeing signs for that in the near future. Special ed and federal are rocking and rolling, and we've got our professional development almost scheduled for January. We'll have 2 days without students, so we'll be busy with professional development.
Okay, that's right. All right. Miss Gillespie, Kim Gillespie, is out sick. She wasn't feeling well. She had a procedure done a couple weeks ago, and so anyway, you'll just remember her. And we'll start with our schools. Mr. Cruz.
All right. I can't read my writing, but anyway, we'll start off. Obviously we had a good report card grade. We had 86, and we're proud of it. But I do want to say it's not undervalue it by any means, but I don't think it undervalues the work that we had when we had a 79 last year. Our teachers and students are still putting in the work. Mm-hmm. The high school score is different than the elementary and the middle. It's a different component, just like what Travis is talking about. I mean, they do not factor in the working force student, and it's based on juniors in high school, and those students, a lot of them are moving on, and they want to go out in the trade and do those things. So an ACT test sometimes is not a great indication for those students. So I think our teachers worked just as hard last year when we had a 79.4 as they did this year with 86. But we are proud of it, and we're celebrating it. Our teachers and staff have enjoyed it. Our kids have had many rewards and been able to celebrate that, and we're excited about it. We want to continue to build on that. But I'm hoping, because they're looking at this, Ms. C's seen it in a couple of our meetings, building in the work keys test into the high school grade, which is a workforce component. These things that you're talking about, that they can do basic math skills and they know how to read those things. They can read a passage and understand it. Things that everybody's going to use in a common everyday thing. Building off what Ms. Henderson said, we are blessed to have her. Thank you. And I do appreciate you coming. But with her and Ms. Bynum and Ms. Metz and working together, it's taken a lot off of me. Sometimes I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing? Which is, I don't want y'all to cut me, but I'm just saying it's beneficial to have them and working together. And we have been trying to meet quarterly and talking about how do we make it work across the board, because the primary focus of our job ends up being high school, because those kids are trying to get out into the workforce. But you build that at the elementary school, teaching about careers, and you build in the middle school where they're starting to develop themselves. So it's a process and it's a partnership, and we've been able to do so much in 15 weeks or however long we're in right now, that it's just kind of amazing what she's been able to do, and we're blessed to have her and them working together. And our students, they flock to her, you know, and they feed to that and trying to find what they want to do. And one thing she didn't mention is in the summer, you know, she's not a 12-month. If you want to make her that one day, that'd be great. I know she wants it, but she is a 10-month employee. And I see a lot of systems that, because you miss a lot of school, in order to do everything that we talk about doing, you miss school, and then you're going to miss classwork, and then you get behind. And we miss a lot. If you check our Facebook page, we're doing a lot of stuff. And, you know, if we want to go tour this and we want to go do this. So I've seen another system around. They go in the summer, you know, maybe go to Tuscaloosa and do Mercedes at the same time, visit Alabama, and then they go to Auburn and visit a couple places. And so we tied some of that in, so it's not so much during the year to miss out on and give those experiences. But again, as she said, it costs money. You know, so having the money to be able to do those things, because that grant money runs out quick. But it's exciting to see, because y'all are right. I mean, the money's, my son's got a chance tomorrow to make $2,500 making a commercial. He don't need college for that. You know, I mean, I make him go to college, I make him finish it, but you know, he's got a backup, you know, and it's opening up doors and opportunities because of PSN that he wouldn't have had if he'd have never got involved in that. So it's just every little program we have, it makes a difference, and it makes a connection, and our students get involved, and we're excited about it. Ms. Metz has a bunch of CTE stuff she'll mention. Sports-wise, I think volleyball was after our last meeting. They made the Elite Eight. I will make a correction for Erica. Erica was on the team that made the state tournament in 1995. So we have made the state tournament before, but under the new format that it is. But it's still the state tournament, so it's the same thing. So
It was in the yearbook, and I have proof.
and she sent it to me.
My friend sent it to me, and I'm like, what are you gonna do with it?
But we're proud of those girls and what they were able to accomplish this year. Cross country, I think 5th year in a row. I was a middle school student this year. Sorry if I took that away, but 5th year in a row we've been cross country. We've had somebody compete at the state level every year. So that just speaks a testimony to that. Basketball's off to a good start. They're playing tonight in New Brockton. They play a lot, y'all know that, and we'd love to have you out. Thursday's home versus Sampson, first game. It'll be crowded, and you'll see the need for a new gym. Every time we play them, it is what it is, but a lot going on. We're excited. Holidays coming up. Everybody needs a little break, and we're excited about that, but it's been a good start to the year, and busy, as always. Cheer for the 4th year in a row. I asked her today, 4th year in a row they made to the state in Birmingham or whatever, so proud of that accomplishment as they continue to grow. Okay, yep. And they did really well, so I miss anything. We were supposed to have a military graduation Friday, Fort Rooker, but they canceled today. If they call me like they did on the fish fry, they're out of luck. I'm just saying. Apparently they got a funding issue.
They didn't have gas money last time. It's crazy.
Yeah, so he called me today and said, we can't make it. We don't have the funding to get there. I'm like,
Wow.
Wow.
so I don't know what they're back.
They need to come up with some better excuses.
Ms. Metz, do you want to do career check?
So Mr. Van had a successful auction. All of those that came out, we appreciate their support. Skid steer will be December the 4th and 5th. That's upcoming. The students are working on modules. Miss Galloway, and they did go to Indianapolis and had a good trip in Indy. Miss Galloway just finished some financial literacy, Mr. Weeks. So she's been teaching them to write a check, and even though they say they'll never need it, but they go now. And she's got the 300 buildings smelling good at least one period in cooking, and they're about to shift, and there'll be 6 periods that they'll be cooking out there. Miss White, they just finished celebrating HOSA week, and she was promoting healthcare, career awareness, leadership, and community service. And right now they're having a canned food drive for grandparents that are raising grandchildren. So I had a fiber optic Skills for Success that was planned. Last minute was canceled, and we do not have a date. It will depend on their funding. I think they overspent last year, and they're backtracking a lot of things with the Skills for Success. But it is expensive to rent all of that equipment for excavator, skid steer, and that type thing. With the arena being built at the farm center, they require so much from liability waivers and different things, and the kids have to have a restroom available and different things, so we will be busing them to ESCC or their two-day training, December the 4th and 5th. In the past, Jeff Howell has offered property, and we were just not able to make that happen this time. And but maybe in the future. Then FBLA, we had a field trip to Topgolf. They learned teamwork. It was an incentive for our sales.
Sounds good anyway.
It was a good
Sounded
trip.
really good.
We all enjoyed it. Okay, so we're gearing up for the 6th annual Iron Bowl Showdown. That's Alabama versus Auburn. Dollars will be put down in the 300 building to raise money for DHR for Christmas. And it'll either be Mr. Cruz or Mr. Johnson that gets pied in the face.
Okay.
Can I say one more thing real quick? This goes back to maybe summer, but we talked dual enrollment AP, and I'm gonna put Ms. Bynum on the spot. But, we still currently have 5 AP courses. We got up to 9, but we're down to 5, and we replaced those 4 with dual enrollment. So I just wanted to give you numbers of how many students are taking dual enrollment and how many courses we're taking this semester.
Trying to remember the number of students, but I know there's like 356 courses right now. Between all, yes, it's a bunch. And
That's just this semester.
Yes, there's more in the
Dual
spring.
And that includes GTech and academic courses, but
And
Great.
there's students from all, so it's 10th, 11th, and 12th graders that are in the dual enrollment. Some students in as many as 4 classes, they limit them, they can't take more than, I think, 20 hours. We have a good bit that are going to Ozark and taking extra aviation classes. Aviation classes cost more than an academic class. So even if they were to get an academic scholarship for aviation, even the academic scholarship doesn't cover all of their tuition. So they're pretty smart to go ahead and take them now.
At night.
Because they're driving to Ozark at night
Yeah.
to take those classes on top of their other ones. And we'll have 2 that finish their aviation degree before they graduate. Because they've been taking those classes.
Yeah.
I think we need to help change the mindset of some parents as well. That
Definitely,
career
definitely.
tech is, you can make as much or more than having a 4-year degree. But it's changing the mindset of parents.
Exactly. I can show them my paycheck and then brag.
Exactly.
thank you.
Thank you. Mr. White?
You want Ms. Mixon to go ahead of me? I don't
Go
know.
ahead, go ahead. No.
In the board meeting that we had in July down at the middle school, based at that time on data that was embargoed, meaning we weren't supposed to share just raw data, I reported to y'all that I thought we were sitting on something good at the middle school. And in the 15 years that I've worked there in administration, I've never seen the scores higher. I also need to point out in the past 2 years, we've missed an A at the middle school by less than a point. And had we got all the points above 100% growth that we were owed, we'd had that A. I'm very, very proud of our teachers and our students. Their hard work, incentives from the exemption policy that we have to encourage students to do well on the ACAP. If they get a 3 or 4, they get exempt. The corresponding test the following semester, and then we saw a hole in the plan because growth on the ACAP counts as actually more in the multiplier than the achievement side of it. So we implemented a field trip. So if you scored a 3 or 4 in growth or achievement, then you got to go on a field trip, and that seems to be as much of a hit as the exemption policy. It pleases my heart to tell you that we got an A this year. We have a 91 on the state report card. I want to encourage you because we have been shouting it from the rooftops. It's something, it has been a goal in our ACIP plan, and that's a beast to write every year. It's frustrating, it's aggravating, but it's been a goal for the kids and the teachers where we are right now. So we're kind of basking in it and savoring the moment. Please, when you see those teachers, hug their neck, sing their praises because they're busting their tails for y'all. and so are those kids. But I'm proud to report that to the board. That's all I got to say. We got a lot more going on, but that's the reason that's what I want to talk about tonight. Thank y'all.
Mr. White. All right, Ms. Mixon. And I want to congratulate y'all. That's amazing. I mean, that was a lot of growth at the high school, and to have that A, I know that really boosts our, you know, our pride on that. And, you know, Mulkey, we took a little dip, and, you know, that hurts, but we, of course, always have a plan, and we've been working from the beginning because, like Mr. White said, we had data in the summer, and we knew that math was an area that we were going to have to work on. But our proficiency scores were right there with, you know, schools. I pulled Slocum's, and, you know, they have a 94A right now. We have 58% proficiency in math. They have 58. We have 76 ELA proficiency. They have 77. Where we dropped was growth. And so we know that's where we've got to focus, and that's what we're going to zoom in on. Since the, you know, first month of school, I met with every teacher. They came in my office. We took a deep dive into their data. We looked at their strengths, we looked at their weaknesses, and their next steps. Since then, we've implemented the I-reading learning paths to fill gaps, and it will also help those grow that are kind of high achievers already. We've identified the kids who scored right there at a 3 or right there at a 4. They were probably within 20 points of the next level, and we've targeted those kids, and we're providing interventions for them as well in the classroom. And so we're just hoping that little bit of a bump will get them up. I've reached out to Miss Green, who is our gifted teacher, and just, hey, what can we do for those that are already higher achievers? How can we show, you know, growth? And she's given us some programs and some things that we can look at and help with them. I know iExcel, she's really excited about that. She has purchased that, and 2nd through 5th graders are able to use that this year. We know that our special education, you know, that's an area that needs some help. Our reading coach, Emily Ammons, is already planning on going in and doing a coaching cycle there with those teachers, and, you know, provide them support. I've been networking, so I've reached out to Holly Hill's principal. That was my first year. The first year I taught, I was up there, and they're high achievers with the high growth. What are y'all doing? I just want to, you know, make sure we're on the same page here. I've reached out to the Slocum's principal. They were at like a 95 or 94. I'm waiting to hear back from her, and just, you know, just kind of compare a little bit. And I know that different schools have different makeups, different demographics, but I just, you know, I want to go after that model, that A. And also Waller Martin, he is my mentor. He'll be here tomorrow, and he was the principal at Brookwood in Enterprise. And he always said that he kind of rode Christy Mitten's coattail, and, you know, what she did. So I just want to, you know, hear a different perspective and see what other people are doing. I'm going to continue to advocate for a math coach. Every other school around us has one right now except for us. And so that right now is where we've dipped, and so I feel like that'd be a good resource. We're going to continue our PST, our data meetings every month, and as administrators, Ms. Parrish and I, we've done some self-reflection. We're going to make sure that we're protecting instructional time, planning time, and provide resources as much as possible. So we're here to work, get it done. Our goal is A. We want to be back at A. Thank you, Ms. Mixon.
Well,
Yes. So you can tell we have a lot of hard workers, and, you know, the report card is just a snapshot. You know, it may be just a day or two of testing. And it's great to have these accolades, but we want to prepare our students to go, if it's for everyday life, you know, whether it be a career or college. So, you know, so anyway, we're always trying to strive to get better. One other thing I forgot to mention, retention supplements that y'all approved earlier in the, I think we maybe did it in July or August. Those will be handed out this week to our faculty members. So thank you for doing that, and I know that will be anxiously awaited. And so, and can I this time can I circle to Miss Tawana? She's got a presentation that we want to.
Okay. For y'all that don't know, the Geneva County NAACP, as well as the Geneva County Historical Society, each year, for the past 4 years, we have put on a art contest to bring awareness to Dr. George Washington Carver, and what he has brought to not only our wiregrass area, but for agriculture as well as peanuts, but to the whole world. And so in that, we have worked with the art teachers great support from Geneva High School. With art teachers, the principals, the superintendent, and so we want to report this year that we had 6 winners throughout, and out of the 6 winners, Geneva High has 4 of those winners.
Oh,
So tonight we have Mr. Our president of Geneva County NAACP Unit 5031, Mr. Rutland, James Rutland. He's here, and he was wanting to present tickets for the banquet that's going to be on December the 13th for the students. And he has 1 ticket for the students and 1 for guests for them to attend, as well as a ticket for Miss Nesbitt. And he wanted to present those. And if Mr. Cruz, if you would come forward, and somebody can get a picture of that, let him present those to him so we can get that in our. And we would he can tell you the name, and I'll tell you the names of the individuals that we have.
Give the tickets to.
You can give them all. I trust him. He gonna give them to him. He's gonna give them to him. Our third place was Miss Maya Adams. She's in 11th grade. Miss Liza Eads in the 10th grade. Addison Helms, 11th grade, and Amy Villarino, 11th grade student. So they came forth and they did a great job. They had great artwork. And that's Miss Nesbitt. She's an art teacher. And so anyone that is interested in coming, it is the NAACP membership banquet. Interest in coming. The students are going to have their art displayed out. Miss Nesbitt is going to help us set up an art display. She says a professional show it how it's done professional art at an art show. So I said, okay, Miss Nesbitt, you do your thing. So y'all come and see what she does and to present those the artworks for the students. And I'm looking forward to that because we've had this before, but we've never really had the artwork set out for them. So that's going to be a great opportunity for the kids and for their family members to see what they have been doing, and also what they do also helps with our. If y'all haven't seen, if y'all didn't see, if y'all go back and look at the Peanut Festival parade, the Geneva County Civic float this year I think was 76 float I think. Look at it. Represents Geneva County represents the artwork that the kids do on that float. Every bit of artwork that's on that float was painted, drew by students across Geneva County. So y'all will be proud of the float if you look at the float, and y'all be amazed at the things that you see. So,
I just want to say, the kids are doing an amazing job. I think it's our third year that allowing our students to do that. So that, like I say, the artwork is used to build that float with and enter into the Peanut Festival parade. And so I think it's a great opportunity for our students, and it does such great artwork. And we're just so happy that we're able to allow them to do that for us. We want to get more students involved every year if we can. So we put it out there. And they do an outstanding job. Beautiful artwork. I can't draw. The way some of these students draw, I'm telling you, everyone that entered the contest, outstanding. Great work.
Awesome. Let us take a photo of y'all.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Great.
Well, thank y'all.
Thank you so much. Okay. Awesome. We are so grateful. We look forward to that presentation. Next item on the agenda will be our superintendent's recommendation. Ms. Steve.
All right, the first recommendation, the superintendent recommends that the Geneva City Board of Education approve the resignation of Coach Jamel Harris as GHS football coach and athletic director.
Okay. And before I open this to a motion, I want to personally thank Coach Harris for all that he did for our children. There were some difficult times, and I realized there was pressure. And as I shared with the person that called me, I said the board had nothing to do with his resignation. That was all his resignation. He decided that he wanted to do something different. So, but I want us to certainly echo that we appreciate the efforts, Mr. Cruz, of what he did for our children. And
Yes, sir.
even though he's not leaving our system, we're certainly grateful for the time that he spent with our children. With that being said, the superintendent has recommended that we approve the resignation of Mr. Jamal Harris as the Geneva High School football coach and athletic director. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Ricky, second. Brad, are there any further discussions? No further discussion. I'm sorry.
What's the gonna be effective date? That's all I got.
His effective date, let's see, what did he?
I know what he's asked for, but I wanna know what do we give, what's
It's
the
effective
effective date?
today. The day we approve it,
Approve it,
today.
right,
Today. It'll be
exactly.
effective today.
And then we will do a posting tomorrow for a new, athletic director / GHS football coach with, certification in teaching. So we'll do that posting tomorrow. I know we will, hopefully, I've met with Mr. Cruz. Our timeline, I know that it's very competitive, that we get going on this. We hope to bring a recommendation to you all by the 1st of January. I think our meeting is January the 12th is our meeting, so we hope to bring you a recommendation for that again.
Any other discussions? No further discussion. All in favor of approving, say aye. Those opposed have the same rights. We are approved. Okay.
All right. The next item, the superintendent recommends that the Geneva City Board of Education approve the transfer of Mr. Jamel Harris from GHS PE teacher to Mulkey Elementary PE teacher.
Board, you've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that will approve the transfer of Mr. Jamel Harris from GHS PE teacher to Mulkey Elementary PE teacher. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve. Mr. Warner, second, Mr. Weeks. Are there any further discussions? No further discussions. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. We are approved.
All right, and the next, Mr. Michael Fox from Mulkey Elementary teacher to GHS PE teacher.
You've heard the superintendent's recommendation that we approve Mr. Michael Fox from Mulkey PE teacher to GHS PE teacher. This time, I'd like to entertain a motion for approval. Ricky, second. Kobe, are there any further discussions? No further discussions. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. We are approved.
That's all I have.
Okay, with that being said, I certainly want to echo how much we appreciate our educators. We thank you for all that you've done, and I don't know if you had a chance to read my Facebook post, but last week I was in Montgomery, and this guy saw my name badge, and he said, "Oh, you from Geneva City?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Y'all have some great data. Your data does not match your environment." And what he was saying was, because our community is over 60% poverty, he said that our data looks like someone that's in Mountain Brook or Vestavia Hills, someone that has unlimited resources. And he was basically saying that in order for you to be in that category, your data is supposed to be low, and ours, of course, is not that. So it was an accolade in the middle of nowhere. So it made me proud to say yes. But I believe that our assets, and I shared with him, our assets are our educators. You guys are committed to what you do. You could teach anywhere in the nation, but you choose to stay here in Geneva. And I thank God for each and every one of you. I thank God for your passion that you have for our students. And it's more than a job for you, for most of you. So I'm grateful. We are grateful for you and all that you're doing. And we can't say it enough. We appreciate it. Our administrators, we can't say it enough. We see your passion, sir. We can't say it enough, and we appreciate all that you do. And our students are blessed to have you, and you make our job. You make us look good. Board, anything before we proceed to close?
Only thing I got to say is we are getting ready to come February, getting ready for our Geneva County Black History program. Sponsored again by the Geneva County NAACP and Geneva County Historical Society. And with that program, we do offer 4 scholarships, upwards of 4 scholarships to a child at each high school across Geneva County. It has been $500, and this year we're looking to increase that to $1,000. So we're excited about that. And so I do have a couple of flyers if anybody's interested in wanting to take one. But we just looking forward to that, and we're starting now. So get that out to the school or whatever, and I send it email to you, Miss C, and you can get that out to the principals electronically. But we are looking for youth, and the thing about this program, it is youth driven. If you ever been to one, it is the only adult you will find on the program is when we give awards. The entire thing from the MC to everything else is kid driven. Only youth on the program, to all the kids to singing, whatever. You're gonna see your kids, a lot of your kids is here in Geneva City schools, around Geneva County schools. That's who's on the program. And so we're excited about that.
Give us the dates and location again.
It's gonna be February the 7th. And this year, I'm putting in our bug here because Geneva is the sponsoring city this year. And it's gonna be at the Vintage Room.
Okay.
It's gonna be at 3 p.m. So we do it early so we can get you in and out, and so before dark. Before dark, get you in and out. And so we're excited about that, and we're gonna do a little, and we are excited because this is 100 years, a century long, that we have celebrated Black History Month in the United States. And we are also excited because we are celebrating someone else. We're giving something that we've never given, is that we give a Trailblazer Award to someone from an adult from each town every year. But this year we're giving which is called a Trailblazer Award. But this year we have a Centennial Trailblazer Award because we have a member of the NAACP that's been a member of NAACP for 65 years. And she turned 100 this year. So she has been here for every year that Black history has been celebrated in the United States. She's been present. So we want to recognize her, and her name is, if y'all don't know her, Miss Doris Bryant. So she's been recognized, and so the kids are excited to be able to recognize, and the program is going to be centered around her this year. So we're excited about that. And so it's going to be at the Vintage Room, and everyone's invited to come out and support it. And we are having a silent auction. So if anyone's want to bake a cake, create a basket, do anything for anything to be silent at the auction, we encourage that to go towards our scholarship.
Thank you. Our next scheduled board meeting is December the 8th. We want to.
I just want to ask a question when you get done.
Okay. We want to have a workshop. So we want to start at 5. We don't have a crowded agenda as far as the meeting is concerned. We want to discuss, the main topic is looking at some positions in the corporate office. So we want to be able to break that down and discuss those. Thank you. So if we can, if everyone would be available at 5. We kept the board meeting on, so we may go into a 6 o'clock, maybe a 6 o'clock board meeting. That'll give us an hour or two for the workshop. And of course, if we have anything to approve, then we'll do that. I think that was a presentation that we were talking about doing.
Ms. Nesmith will be here with those students that honor them.
Yes. So we're all available, so we want to get that out, make sure that the public knows that we want to do that work session. And then, sir?
Yeah, so I know y'all approved everything, but I'm just curious from just a parent standpoint, and this may be to Ms. C or Mr. Cruz, but what is the process that, I know it's been different over the years for hiring the football coach, AD. I mean, in years past, y'all had a committee, it's been the principal. What is that process? Just so for clarity, the people here in the room can answer that question.
That would be the high school principal. He's solely, or his folks are solely responsible. All we're gonna do is approve that hire, but he would have to go through the process, so he would be able to explain that to you, sir, in detail.
Miss C and I met, I don't remember when that was. It was last week, I guess, last Wednesday maybe, and we discussed it. And you're right, it's been done every way. I will say this, that, I mean, and this might be my second one. The principals had, I mean, not that he's not involved, but I mean, the superintendent's had as much say in the head football coach, athletic director, as the principal has over the years. I mean, so we talked about that, and that's what I told her. I said, I can do it. I don't have a problem with it. I said, this is kind of your legacy too. So, you probably want to have a say-so in this. So what we talked about was Mr. Justice, Ms. C, myself, and Mr. Johnson. And not sure if Mr. White's going to participate or not. I've talked to him too, just to sit down and review candidates and do it that way. So it will be a type of administrative panel, I guess the best way to put it.
That's good.
Good.
That's good, yeah. I just didn't know if it was a single principal or how that process works, because it, like he said, it's been done so many different ways in Geneva City.
Exactly.
And to his point, right, I mean, it is a big hire, right, for this city. I mean, just this past football season, and I'll commend Jamel too. I know him personally myself, the job, but again, just the support that the football team got this year was very, very low. And the kids that you see in the hallways, the kids that I personally speak to that want to come back and play, they want to know they've got a leader that's out there, and that's what this school needs.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Anything else from the board?
Just the packet that you all received, this information that we discussed last week. That is a sample of what we can do, just put together with, what, if we did it on our own, what our training would look like if we did our own training rather than having the state do it. I think we can do it. It looked there, like I said, but it would include all of us, and we could pick and choose which topics we would like to have if we did a retreat.
We'll address it at our workshop.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I'm just saying, that's a
Thank
big
you.
packet for y'all to look at and review,
Okay.
and so go through.
Thank you. With that being said, our next board meeting is scheduled for December 8th. Workshop starting at 5, board meeting starting at 6. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn. Second. Tawana, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. We are adjourned. Thank you so much for coming out.